King of the Road Productions proudly presents a Magnificent Memories Part 3 episode of the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube. Southeast Texas style. During the half hour, we'll conclude our gaze in the rear view at our first 18 years on Southeast Texas television.
You know, Fords and Dodges.
And his second time on the King of the Road show.
Which is the biggest highlight of my career, is being on the road with the King of the Road.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sponsored by Tanner West and Texas Construction Resources. We'll feature the Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. We'll also wear Andy Grammer's new video as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville. And Don Rollins will be in the Royal Spotlight. King of the Road. Howdy, and welcome to the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube. I'm Jim King of the Road, and this is the best little TV show in Texas. Man, how time flies. You're having a royal time. We recently celebrated our regional record extending 950th episode. And in this show, we'll continue our gaze in the rear view at our first 18 years on Southeast Texas TV. Of course, we launched King's Country Internet Radio way back on Independence Day 2011 with the Southeast Texas country fan in mind. Never settle for less. In less than 100 years, radio has come a long, long way. We've gone from this to this. Alexa, play King's Country on TuneIn.
King's Country from TuneIn.
And this. Now you can stream us everywhere. King's Country streams the most magnificent country music mix on the planet 24/7. Stream King's Country Internet Radio on your PC, smart speaker, mobile device, or in your vehicle with your Bluetooth connection. King's Country is streaming worldwide and crystal clear on TuneIn, iTunes, Live 365, and at kingscountry.net. And don't miss the nationally recognized and multi-award winning Jim King of the Radio show middays on King's Country at kingscountry.net. It rules. Now ride shotgun with me as we continue our gaze in the rear view with highlights from our first 18 years of broadcasting in Southeast Texas. We always cruise Cadillac style, as seen and heard on Southeast Texas TV, radio, and social media. We are everywhere. Enjoy these clips from our Royal Archives as we continue our gaze in the rear view at our first 18 years on Southeast Texas television. A weekend at the Texas Renaissance Festival near Plantersville is always a magical experience. I'm pleased to report that King of the Road Productions recently had a fabulous time at the renowned theme park. Last week, we began our gaze in the rear view at our recent visit to the Texas Renaissance Festival and checked out the many attractions, including the Joust. And of course, we caught up with the official King and Queen. I'm not a real king. I just play one on TV and radio. So it's great to have real royalty on the show instead of just me, you know.
Well, you're king enough indeed, for you've been doing this many years
I know,
now.
and I'm a little bit starstruck right now with these two.
Oh, stop.
I really am. No.
He's been interviewing us for so long, and we've been sharing the word of the festival for a long time.
Even before we started our show 16 years ago.
16 years ago.
You rule, King.
Congratulations. Thank you, Jim.
Just
Thank
lovely
you.
to see thee again, my dear.
Great to see you. It's not your first time in Beaumont. You've been here recently before, haven't you? What do you think of our little town?
I love Beaumont. The people here are, they're my kind of folks, and I think places like this is what real Texas is all about. You want to find Texas? Go to Beaumont, go to Lubbock, go to Alpine, San Angelo, Galveston, Terlingua, Port Aransas. You won't find Texas in Austin or Dallas or Houston.
Pleasure to meet you, Kenny
Jim,
Friedman.
God bless you. And listen, if you want somebody who's going to mess with Texas, it's me. I'm going to mess with Texas and keep messing with Texas till we get it right.
I think you got my vote.
Thank you. That was painless. Thank you.
Keep smoking.
Thanks, you too.
What's next? Another album coming out in the works?
We're going to start the record before the end of the year, and hopefully by January, February, we'll be in the studio to finish it up. So
we know the label is going to come to us and say we need it next week. We don't know what that time is, so we know it's time to start preparing and get it all lined up. So when they come, we can say, here you go.
Yeah, luckily we've been writing and we've got lots of songs ready. So we've actually got enough songs for a few albums. So we're sitting good right now. So hopefully they won't ask for 3 albums, because then we're
Yep. I think the closest thing we get to a vacation anytime in the near future is going to the studio. So we're looking forward to getting in the studio.
But you just had 2 days off too, right?
Well, one was a half day, but yeah.
Back to Hook'em Horns. I went to UT and used to see you when I was a student there at UT back in the early 80s. And of course, you've been there since about 1970.
70, yeah.
Yeah, 1970. Congratulations on getting into the Gulf Coast Music Hall of Fame. I think it should have happened years ago, but better late than never. Huh?
Thank you very much. Well, it's right on time as far as I'm concerned. I'm thrilled.
The Museum of the Gulf Coast in Port Arthur, Texas hereby includes Marsha Ball into the Music Hall of Fame in recognition of personal contributions to the musical heritage of the Gulf Coast region, the United States, and the world. Congratulations.
I'm thrilled.
Does it rank up there with the Grammy nominations anywhere?
Well, it is. I mean, getting in a Hall of Fame, it's an honor.
As you can imagine, Fiddlin' Dave is very honored and humbled to have his very own display in the Music Hall of Fame.
I'm inducted in here with Janis Joplin, Joel Saunier, who was the first one that ever brought me to Nashville when I was 16. I'm in here with ZZ Top, the Big Bopper. I'm right next to Betsy Barksdale, who worked with Michael Jackson up to his last day of being alive on this earth. So it means everything to me. It's pinnacle of pinnacles. I can't think of any other place I'd want to be than the Museum of the Gulf Coast here in Port Arthur, Texas.
This segment is sponsored by Tanner West and Texas Construction Resources.
Working hard from the sun up to the sundown, they can build it tall, they can tear it on down. They got the know-how, if you got the money.
We've got off-road dump trucks, several Tracos, several dozers, several guys that are very capable of following the plan and getting it done right.
Hands of a working man built this town. Clear this timber and plow this ground.
Still to come, we'll air the Southeast Texas debut of Andy Grammer's new video as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville. We'll feature the Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. And Don Rollins will be in the Royal Spotlight. Next, we'll continue our gaze in the rear view at our first 18 years on Southeast Texas television.
You're cruising in the King's Caddy.
King of the Road.
King of the Road Productions does top quality 3-camera high definition concert shoots. If you've got an area band, what are you waiting for? Hire us and we'll meet you at the venue of your choice to tape up to an hour of your group's live performance with 3 Canon HD cameras and an audio hookup through the soundboard. You'll have access to all the exclusive footage and permission to use it for promotional purposes. As an added bonus, your band will be featured on the King of the Road Show HD. For more information, call 409-748-9689 or email jim@jimkingoftheroad.com.
Since Tina Bean started 5-Star Feeds in Port Arthur over 22 years ago, it's become a friendly neighborhood feed store and much more. Kind of like the general store of the good old days.
I think so. I try to be like it used to be. When I was young, going to feed stores and everything, it's, when people come in here, I want them to feel like they're walking into my house, where they feel welcome. So we try to keep it like that.
5-Star Feeds in Port Arthur, Texas.
Is your house or roof dirty? Let the professionals at Frog Wash Pressure Washing bring your biggest investment back to life. Don't take a risk doing it yourself. Let the Soft Wash specialists clean your roof, house, vinyl siding, hard plank, and windows with low pressure and specialized chemicals. Check out our past jobs and reviews on our social media page. Our work speaks for itself. Insured and A+ rated by BBB. Call Frog Wash Pressure Washing for your free estimate today.
Cruise to Larry's Old Time Trade Days in Winnie, the first weekend after the first Monday of every month. Larry's Old Time Trade Days, where you can find it here. Advertising on the King of the Road Show HD is effective and affordable. For more information, call us at 748-9689 or email jim@jimkingoftheroad.com. Enjoy these clips from our Royal Archives as we continue our gaze in the rear view at our first 18 years on Southeast Texas television. The Low Cash Cowboys, Preston, got Chris here. And it's really cool that you had one of Beaumont's favorite sons help you out on your This Is How We Do It album, George Jones.
Oh, man.
You know, he's from Beaumont.
Is he really?
Well, Saratoga, but
that's close
raised here. He was raised here in Beaumont.
Claim him. That's good stuff.
We was talking to him on, what's today? Today's Saturday. So, yeah, I guess it was Wednesday. We called him because a couple days ago was his birthday. He turned 79. Happy birthday, George.
Sure.
He's kind of like our grandpa.
Yeah.
He's fantastic, man. He's been, he's always been a mentor to us and someone we look up to as the career he's had and the ups and downs he's told us about. And, we've become really close with him. And we took one of his private jets one time and we started singing gospel songs together and then telling stories about Frank Sinatra and Elvis and Buck Owens. And, man, there are some crazy stories George has. So, he's a big believer in Low Cash. And we asked him, he's like, is there anything I could do for you guys? And we said, well, we'd love to have you on our album. So next thing you know, he's on our album singing a song called Independent Trucker.
T. Graham Brown is also a very well-known advertising jingle singer. You've heard T. Graham's voice on countless TV and radio ads.
Oh, I did. Gosh, I've done every beer, soft drink, car and truck, fast
McDonald's,
food.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, McDonald's and Hardee's and Burger King, all that stuff, and then Coke and Mountain Dew and Dr. Pepper and all those things, and Budweiser and Stroh's and Coors and Miller and all those, and Fords and Dodges.
And his second time on the King of the Road show,
which is the biggest highlight of my career, is being on the road with the King of the Road.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah,
Only see me now.
Well, let me say that you guys are very fortunate people in this area. You have a really great music mecca down here. So many people interested in music, so many people that love to play music for them.
A lot of legends from this area, too.
A whole bunch of people, man. Absolutely. And I was talking to, there's so many different types of artists that come from this. Cajun music, country music, rock and roll legends.
Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin, she's from right here, right?
Port Arthur.
Right here, at us.
About 45 minutes from here.
She's one of my heroes. Yeah, Janis, and then you got a lot of country artists from here too, and
Tracy Byrd, Mark Chestnut, George Jones.
I wrote a song for Tracy Byrd one time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Was it a hit?
It was.
Yeah.
That was the country, and I like it that
really?
way.
I'm from a country. You wrote that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Me and Crazy Marty Brown. We never wrote another one together, but that's
one of Tracy's biggest hits.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We actually wrote it for the Headhunters, and we didn't want to do it. I'm glad we didn't. It was a big hit for him.
That's where I'm from, and I'm proud to say I'm from the country, and I like it that way. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody calls you friend. You don't need an invitation. Kick off your shoes, come on in. Yeah, we know how to work and we know how to play. We're from the country and we like it that way.
Been kind of an entrepreneur all the way through all of this. You've done television. I think you're also the national spokesman for Special Olympics.
Well, I was years and years ago. Yeah. I don't do that anymore. But all through the years, we did, of course, the homecoming weekend and all that for about 18 years. And but these days, I just concentrate on making my music and raising my family.
Think we'll ever have another Beaumont Boys Bash?
I doubt it. I doubt it. I think that's now, you know, me and Chestnut might get together and do something sometime, but I don't know if it'll be called the Beaumont Boys Bash. But you know, that kind of ran its course, and it's a lot of work to put those things on, and I just don't know if I'm up to it anymore. So I just try to help other people's causes out now.
King of the Road.
Here comes this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. Four-time Outlaw Fuel Alter champion Bobby Marriott had his Shockwave car at Ben Bruce Memorial Air Park Raceway that day. Marriott actually formed the Outlaw Fuel Altered Association in 1996. Would you believe that he let King of the Road sit in Shockwave while they warmed up its 2,500 horsepower engine? Look calm in this video, but let me tell you, there was some major noise and vibration going on inside Shockwave. Hello? You can let me out now. I think Shockwave's pretty much warmed up. I know I am.
I know a good muffler shop you can take this to.
King of the Road.
That was this week's Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback.
The Texas honky tonk. There's no place like home.
Since 2008, Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee, Texas has featured a steady stream of the very best in local, regional, and national touring bands. Pack up your posse and boot scoot over to Honky Tonk Texas for great concerts, dancing, drinking, and dining. Of course, Steak Night is every Thursday, and don't forget about the Honky Tonk Grill. Visit them online at facebook.com/honkytonktx and at honkytonktexas.us. Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee has been entertaining Southeast Texas since 2008. Where have you been?
Working hard from the sun up to the sundown. They can build it tall, they can tear it on down. They got the know-how, ever you got the money.
We got off-road dump trucks, several Tracos, several dozers, several guys that are very capable of following the plan and getting it done right.
Hands of a working man built this town. Cleared this timber and plowed this ground.
Cruise to Larry's Old Time Trade Days in Winnie, the first weekend after the first Monday of every month. Larry's Old Time Trade Days, where you can find it here.
Here comes S-Curve recording artist Andy Grammer with Maddie and Tay and I Do as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville.
I got flaws that you show me like a mirror. You got a temper that only I can see. We got problems, but now we're being honest. And we might be losing sleep, but you won't be losing me. Even when I don't love you, I do, I do, I do, I do. You don't make it easy to, but I do, I do, I do, I do. We give and we take and we fight, but we find a way to stay. Even when I don't love you, I do. Oh, I do.
We get mad at the things that just don't matter. Midnight laughter erases everything, yeah.
We got issues, and they ain't going nowhere. And I got wins I'd proudly lose
If it stops me losing you.
Even when I don't love you, I do, I do, I do, I do. You don't make it easy to, but I do, I do, I do, I do. We give and we take and we fight, but we find a way to stay. Even when I don't love you, I do. Oh, Even when I don't, even when I don't, I do.
I do. Even when I don't, even when I don't, I do.
Even when I don't love you, I do. You don't make it easy to, but I do. We give and we take and we find, but we find a way to stay. Even when I don't love you, I do. Oh, I do.
In less than 100 years, radio has come a long, long way. We've gone from this to this.
Alexa, play King's Country on TuneIn.
King's Country from TuneIn.
And this. Now you can stream us everywhere.
Stream King's Country Internet Radio on your PC, smart speaker, mobile device, or in your vehicle with your Bluetooth connection. King's Country is streaming worldwide on TuneIn, iTunes, Live 365, and at kingscountry.net. It rules. Coming up next, Don Rollins will be in the Royal Spotlight.
You're cruising in the King's Caddy.
Stay connected with the King of the Road Show at JimKingOfTheRoad.com. Winner of the Best Design, Content, and Broadcast Internet Video at the Press Club of Southeast Texas Excellence in Media Awards. There's plenty to do, see, and stream at JimKingOfTheRoad.com, including King's Country Internet Radio, segments from this TV show, the contest page, and King's Photo Gallery. Also, click on links to Jim's YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter pages. That's JimKingOfTheRoad.com.
Working hard from the sun up to the sundown. They can build it tall, they can tear it on down. They got the know-how, if you got the money.
We got off-road dump trucks, several Tracos, several dozers, several guys that are very capable of following the plan and getting it done right.
Hands of a working man built this town. Cleared this timber and plowed this ground.
Cruise to Larry's Old Time Trade Days in Winnie, the first weekend after the first Monday of every month. Larry's Old Time Trade Days, where you can find it here.
We are World Gym. Let's rock.
Sun is hot and that old clock is moving slow, and so am I.
The workday passes like molasses in the wintertime. Hey, but it's July. I'm getting paid by the hour and older by the minute. My boss just pushed me over the limit, and I'd like to call it something, but I think I'll just call it a day. So pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Don Rollins teamed up with his old songwriting buddy Jim Moose Brown in 2003 to write It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, a Grammy Award-winning song.
Well, it must have really changed your life, that winning that Grammy, huh?
Definitely. I mean, all the stuff that went along with it. I mean, once you do something at that level, it kind of gets you in a club, you know, and I'm still in that club, so it's just kind of cool. I get to go to New York and LA and Nashville and work with people, you know, even though I'm living back in Texas now, it really doesn't matter that much anymore.
But that wasn't your first songwriting success. I think it was in 1989 for Ray Price.
89, I got the first song I ever got published or really came to anybody's attention ended up being cut by Ray Price and was a single.
That must have been a big thrill.
It was a kick. I mean, I was 28 years old and got to pick up a billboard and see my name in the small print there. That was a great thing. And pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I could pay off my tab, pour myself in a cab, and be back to work before 2. But at a moment like this, I can't help but wonder, what would Jimmy Buffett do? He'd say, pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. Pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. No, I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And I bet it's 5 o'clock on the King of the Road show all the time.
King of the Road Productions does top quality 3-camera high definition concert shoots. If you've got an area band, what are you waiting for? Hire us and we'll meet you at the venue of your choice to tape up to an hour of your group's live performance with 3 Canon HD cameras and an audio hookup through the soundboard. You'll have access to all the exclusive footage and permission to use it for promotional purposes. As an added bonus, your band will be featured on the King of the Road Show HD. For more information, call 409-748-9689 or email jim@jimkingoftheroad.com.
Cruise to Larry's Old Time Trade Days in Winnie, the first weekend after the first Monday of every month. Larry's Old Time Trade Days, where you can find it here. Texas Hot Country Magazine is one of the oldest magazines in the Houston area and affiliated with 2 Houston radio stations, the new 93Q and Country Legends. We target the very lucrative family-oriented country music and Texas music market. Grab the latest issue at TexasHotCountryMagazine.com and check out Jim King of the Road's new column. For Texas Hot Country Magazine advertising rates and information, please contact Leon Beck at 281-702-2242.
Nestled between Beaumont and Lumberton, Texas, is the beautiful Book Nook Inn Bed and Breakfast. It hosts visitors from around the world. Locals love it also as a quick, relaxing getaway from their everyday life. Swimming, fishing, viewing a movie in its unique theater room, and more awaits them at the inn. It's also a premier wedding venue. Many couples have exchanged vows in front of its gazebo or its event room. Book Nook Inn hosts reunions, vow renewals, murder mysteries, and more. We hope soon you'll be our guest at Book Nook Inn.
Advertising on the King of the Road Show HD is effective and affordable. For more information, call us at 748-9689 or email jim@jimkingoftheroad.com.